Police start to clear protesters blocking U.S. Canada bridge.
Here's a summary of the article.
Windsor, Canadian police began clearing protesters blocking a key bridge linking Canada and the United States on Saturday, more than 12 hours after a court order came into effect that ended a blockade that had snarled international trade. Police in black uniforms with yellow vests moved behind the protesters' vehicles, forming a line across the bridge entrance and yelling at protesters to move. Protesters closest to the bridge were seen moving back peacefully. Protesters defy injunction banning Ambassador Bridge blockade. In Paris, French police fired tear gas at demonstrators on the Champs-Élysées Avenue on Saturday shortly after a convoy carrying protesters against COVID-19 restrictions made it into the capital. The protests in Canada have morphed into a wider protest against COVID restrictions and the Canadian government. A convoy of motorists in the United States is planning to head to the waterfront in Port Huron, Michigan, in support of protesters in Canada.
This post received a score of 3,600, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I really appreciate you posting this, but Toronto genuinely has better rags than the Sun.
It also doesn't look like police are doing anything. Livestream here.
Greater than police surrounded the protesters front and back. Large police armored personnel carrier has been brought up in the distance. Snipers on the roof of customs building.
They're kettling the protesters. A pretty effective strategy that's common in the UK. It usually can take all day to work. Basically they wait them out whilst keeping the protest in a small confined space and let the protesters out in small groups every now and then, and run in and arrest anyone who might try to stir up trouble.
But they don't want to go out in groups small or large. They don't want to go anywhere. It's their whole thing.
What this does is splits up the group. Many will leave, which is happening, and then it allows them to arrest those who stay behind and seize their property. It's an orderly way to break up a big crowd and take out the diehards.
I remember how they cleared Burrard Bridge in van in couple of hours with arrests when there were environmental protests. How the fuck it took 16 days to get this going?
Some of those that work forces
are the same that burn crosses. It's not just climate protests either. Consider the brutality and speed that indigenous pipeline occupiers and other land defenders get hit by.
Canada and U.S. such close allies, we're sharing our morons each other, how cute.
Person carrying a Trump flag while holding a maple leaf flag made me chortle. We're all gonna die. China and Russia are probably laughing at us right now. We are doing so much self-inflicted harm to our own economy.
I'm pretty sure their troll armies are stirring the pot. But yeah, they're laughing their asses off.
Yep. This is why we need to cut Russia out of the global internet. Watch the bots suddenly go silent.
How the hell would you ever be able to cut an entire nation out of the global internet?
Just going to remind everybody about the organizers of the Freedom Convoy, because it's important to remember it was organized by white supremacists and Albertan separatists. Patrick King, white supremacist who believes Muslims and the UN are trying to weaken the strongest bloodlines of whites. B.J. Dichter, white supremacist, said Liberal Party is infested with Islamists. Tamara Lich, board member of Separatist Maverick Party, former Wexit Party. Jason LaFace, vice president of Ontario branch of Soldiers of Odin, white supremacist organization.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.